Episode 2: The Kiss That Started a War. The first rule of surviving Gangnam nightlife: never touch what everyone else is afraid of. Cynthia broke that rule with surgical precision. 12 hours earlier, she didn't know the man in the black suit had a name. She didn't know his reputation could empty a room faster than a fire alarm, or that the Choi family enforced loyalty with funerals. All she knew was that Charles was somewhere behind her, smug and watching, and the coldest man in Club Azure looked like the only thing sharp enough to hurt him back. Desperation is a terrible strategist, but it is decisive. "Cynthia," Mira said slowly, following her gaze. "No, absolutely not. You see the guards, right? That is not a normal rich guy." "I just need 5 seconds," Cynthia said, already standing. 5 seconds of what?" Mira demanded. Cynthia didn't answer. She smoothed her dress, steadied her breathing, and walked straight toward the velvet rope. The guards noticed immediately. One stepped forward, hand half raised. "Miss..." She didn't slow down. "I'm sorry," she said, voice tight but polite, and slipped past him before his brain caught up with his body. Every instinct she had screamed to turn back. The air felt different inside the cordoned section. Heavier, quieter, like sound itself was afraid to linger. The man in the black suit looked up at her as she approached. His eyes were dark. Not curious, not surprised, assessing. Up close, the cold was worse. His face was sharp in a way that suggested discipline rather than genetics. No wasted movement, no visible emotion. He looked at her the way a sniper might look at terrain, calculating angles, exits, threats. She didn't give herself time to think. Cynthia leaned down and kissed him. It wasn't romantic, it wasn't tender. It was desperate and impulsive, and lasted exactly 5 seconds, long enough for the room to stop breathing. The guards moved, the men at his table tensed. Across the VIP section, Charles froze. When Cynthia pulled back, her heart was trying to escape her chest. She waited for shouting, for hands to grab her, for security to drag her out by the arms. None of that happened. Instead, the man she'd kissed reached up and calmly adjusted his cuff. Then he looked at her again. Up close, his voice was low and even. "You should leave," he said in Korean. Her Korean was good. Years of graduate study would do that, but the way he spoke made her feel like a child who'd wandered into the wrong courtroom. She swallowed. "I'm sorry, You've made yourself visible," he continued as if she hadn't spoken. "That was unwise." One of his companions leaned in and murmured something urgently. The man's jaw tightened almost imperceptibly. "Kang Ji-hoon," another said, using his name like a warning. Cynthia's blood went cold. She hadn't known his name before. Somehow, hearing it made everything worse. "I can explain," she said, though she had no idea how. Ji-hoon stood. The effect was immediate. The men around the table straightened. The guards backed off a half step. Even the bass from the club seemed to dip, as if the building itself was paying attention. He was tall, taller than she'd thought, close enough now that she could smell whiskey and something sharper beneath it. Metal, maybe, or gun oil. His gaze flicked past her shoulder, toward the wider VIP section, toward Charles. Ji-hoon's expression didn't change, but something in the air did. A subtle shift, like pressure dropping before a storm. "You wanted to be seen with me," he said quietly. "Congratulations." Her mouth went dry. "What does that mean?" "It means," he replied, stepping closer, "that whoever you're running from will now assume you belong to me." A beat. "And I don't belong to anyone," Cynthia whispered. Ji-hoon's lips curved, not into a smile, but into something colder. "That," he said, "is the problem." Above them, 3 floors up, someone was already dialing a number they hadn't used in months. And 12 hours later, when the elevator doors slid shut with a gun at Cynthia's head, she would finally understand what that kiss had actually cost. Next episode, the Choi family makes their first move, and Ji-hoon decides whether Cynthia is a liability or leverage.